We don't do the alpha nonsense, the red pill nonsense here. We don't do that. I see all these little tough guys and sounding like they might not be red pill, but you might as well be. Tell your son to beat up and punch anybody that messes around. All that stupid stuff. No.
I will 100% teach my son, beat the shit out of kids who make fun of you. Words do not solve problems. Bullies are not going to stop unless you punch them in the mouth. And anybody who says, use your words and have a conversation has never been bullied. Words do not solve it. If anything, they're just going to call you gay or call you soft or make fun of you more because you want to have a soft conversation. Just punch them in the face and move on with your life.
We control our tempers because your temper is nothing but your insecurity. That's all it is. We control our temper so we can control our homes. And by doing that, we show our sons how to be unbreakable men and what it looks like to be. See, if somebody can control your temper, like this Chud dude was running around calling people the N-words and doing all this stuff to people, look what that got him. I'm sure we think about people that you have beefs with and all that stuff, but when you really think about it, if you really think about it, it's like, man, is it even worth it? Is it even? I'm not talking about defending your family. I'm talking about having a temper and all this alpha male and all this red pill stuff. Nah, man, that's going nowhere. Show your son how to be unbreakable. And like I said before, kids don't care about what you say. It's what you do. They're watching you. So if you can't control your temper, he ain't going to be able to control his. When he out there on the field, on the baseball field, or, on the basketball court and he can't control himself, it's because you can't control yourself at home. That's the legacy manhood segment. So we got the legacy money, we got the legacy manhood, and now we're talking about the legacy fatherhood. The legacy fatherhood is simple. We don't raise our kids by accident. We are intentional. You need to be intentional. Teaching him the 10 skills to be an unbreakable son, the 10 skills to be an unbreakable man, the 10 skills to be an unbreakable young lady, the 10 skills to help them survive in the real world. And if you don't know what the real world is, then you got more issues than I can probably help you with.
Day one of preparing my son for the real world, and I can't even figure out what page I'm on.
I want you to treat your homes like the most important organization on this earth. That's big. We go to all these other places. We join all these other groups and all these other organizations. And then you can't treat that organization more important than the one that you're forming at home, the one that you started at home. Do not treat any job, any club, any other organization, any group more important than the organization you walk into every day after work, your home. Don't you dare do it. And that's a message to myself. Nothing is more important than what I'm trying to build here on YouTube and what this podcast is not more important than when I walk upstairs to my family. Because if I'm not being the man that I'm asking you to be, I'm a damn hypocrite and I'm going to be found out, AKA Cheyenne Bryan, but that's something else. If you want a polished, fake version of fatherhood, tune in to somebody else's podcast. Tune in to somebody else's podcast that's not going to tell you about money. That's not going to tell you about fatherhood and relationships and teaching your son or daughter about relationships. Develop discipline for yourself and help you be able to discipline your children. Those are some of the most important things to being a father. Because if you don't teach your children about money, they're going to resent you for that. If you don't teach your children about relationships, a lot of the people that go no contact with their parents is due to boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, because they let that person get in between and tell them things about their family, and now they don't want to have nothing to do with it. But if you would have talked about relationships, if you would have talked about or showed them a good relationship between you and your wife, you and a mother, the most important thing into raising a child is the relationship of the parents. You teaching your kids about relationships, the relationship that you and a mama got, whether you with her or you aren't with her. You teaching them about relationships right there. whether you like it or not.